Alright, we're going to take another look at a game featuring the Warp Spider Exarch played by myself here, and this is a one-on-one auto-match game on Greentooth Jungle, or Greentooth Valley, whatever you're calling it these days, and my opponent is a Tyranid player using Ravener. So probably not the best Tyranid hero, but he can be useful. I'm not really sure too much about Tyranids. I only play Eldar, essentially. And here's my build order. I've got the first squad of Guardians heads out to the top right of the map and captures a power node, and the second squad of Guardians captures the other power node, while my Exarch goes straight for the victory point between the two bases. Pretty much just ignore all the requisition points, because the other things like the power and victory points are more important, and secondly, requisition points don't actually give you that much requisition, funnily enough. And here's a shuriken cannon platform coming in from the background just to set up to ambush my opponent. But right now the Exarch is firing away at this Ravener tunnel while the Ravener shoots back at him. Now normally this wouldn't really be a fair trade, but the Warp Spider Exarch is just so close to home that he can teleport back and heal himself up, and the Ravener won't really get very much achieved by shooting at him. In the meantime, I can actually take out this tunnel. But as soon as the termagants come past that little ledge there, the shuriken cannons fired away at them, so they've learned better than to move out there. Makes it a bit easy, and bear in mind that of course I've had this victory point for the whole time, so the victory points are already counting down for my opponent while I've still got 500 in the bank. So a pretty strong start for the Eldar in my opinion. The Warp Spider Exarch, as you can see, just very low in health, but he's getting a few kills on the termagants, which means experience, while as the Tyranids are really getting no experience from me. And it's just a matter of getting more health back. Now, I've captured both power nodes, and I've I've upgraded them to a structure. This is the point in the game where I upgrade the battle armor or battle abilities, battle gear for both of the Guardian squads to give them grenades. Now that's crucial against a Tyranid opponent, and in fact against any opponent. Grenades are just really handy. You've got to have them, and I'll demonstrate why a little bit later in this game. I mean, you've been seeing that in my previous commentaries anyway, but here's a grenade right now. And bam, takes out quite a lot of, well, I think there were a couple of kills there, but importantly it helps to suppress them, and it really gives you some covering fire. In the meantime, just running away with these guys to avoid any close combat, while the second squad comes in to reinforce and picks away at the Ravener. And my Exarch is in pretty good nick, I believe, so no real problems there. And at the moment, I've actually got 2 victory points in my ally, my opponent's got none. So that means he's actually under 400 already. He's down to 376, and here comes the Warp Spider Exarch to get the third point. So things going badly for my opponent right at the start, and because I have taken no losses in terms of whole squads being wiped out, I don't need to replace anything right now. That means I can take straight to tier 2, and I can get Warp Spiders pretty early. And with my build order, I don't actually invest anything in hero war gear, because I don't need it. I can just teleport him away and stay out of trouble. I don't have to commit to a fight. And this is the third victory point captured there. Now, just to continue with that thought, because I didn't invest anything in war gear, I can get tier 2 quicker, get Warp Spider squads quicker, and then I can start buying the Warp Spider Exarch stuff as I can afford it later on, once the resources start to come in fairly thick and fast. And bam, the Ravener still getting caught out in the open here by fire. It's really easy for the Warp Spider Exarch just to teleport in range of him if he senses a target, and which he does, of course. The Ravener tried to take back the victory points because he must realize that this is important. Well, yeah, he's trying to look for cover. I'm not really sure what this Ravener's doing. He's getting shot by the Guardians in the background as well. Just tunneling now. That keeps him out of trouble, so I'm going to fire a few shots off at this tunnel. And in the meantime, decapturing this power node over here. But what I missed was that the Ravener came back up out of ground and brought a whole lot of squads with him, so that's actually annihilated the Guardians, but they threw down a suicide grenade before that happened and killed quite a lot of Tyranids there, as well as knocking everybody down. But unfortunately, I lost a squad of Guardians, and this is actually quite cool play by the Raveners. The one thing that Ravener can do really well is just mass close combat units, and the Tyranid excels at that, and just popping them up at one point in the battlefield where you least expect. And that's really cool. Players that use Raveners really should do that. But not to worry. I mean, this has taken him so long to achieve that by the time he really gets any good mileage out of it, I'll have some Warp Spider squads on the field, and that will really show him the meaning of pain, because the Ravener can't really do anything about Warp Spiders. And there goes another grenade! Bam! That's really going to hurt. And in fact, that killed tons of Tyranids right there. So that really leveled everybody up. The Warp Spider's on level 3. The Guardians fleet of foot their asses away, and they hopefully stay out of trouble. But oh, getting into combat So a little bit of bad pathing there, or either bad play or bad commanding by me. But only 3 Guardians left as a result of that, and they're heading back home because they can't really stand up to Hormagaunts in close combat, as you'd expect. Wow, alright, well, game's still going well. Unfortunately, the Tyranid player has actually taken 2 victory points, so I'm going to need to take back one of them, because my victory points are starting to drop now at a fairly slow rate, so... just a matter of clearing up these Hormagaunts before I do that, though, because there's only 3 of them left. And in the meantime, Warp Spiders have shown up, and unfortunately, I've just kept that Shuriken Cannon in the same place. I really didn't want to be offensive with it, because they're very easy to flank if you're moving them out and about. It's better to just keep them behind your lines and keep them set up in one angle, a place where you don't want the enemy to run through. And hopefully draw them back into the line of fire. But he's got some Tyranid warriors. How well are they going to do? We'll find out. But for now, I'm losing on victory points, but it's not going to matter too much because I've got what I want. I've got the Tyranid, I've got the Warp Spiders, as I said. So we'll see how that works out soon. And what have we got over here? Just a few. Looks like a few Tyranid units trying to take back that power node. They won't be allowed to do that thanks to this Warp Spider here. And he's got that's Termagants rather. And it looks like the Warp Spiders are taking back the objective there, while the Shuriken Cannon platform starts to get stuck into those Tyranid warriors. Good position for me to be in terms of that little firing arc. But yeah, just capturing this victory point back, and I've got 2 in control now. So my opponent is withering away again. He's down to 193. Bad position for him to be in, and that's like less than half. So he really needs to do something about that. But just again, haven't needed to replace any units for this entire game, apart from reinforcing maybe 1 or 2 individual members of squads. Hormagaunts now decapping this victory point, but I've still got the 2 over the right-hand side of the map, so I'm still going to maintain the lead. I'm on +3 at the moment. Things looking very good. So yeah, that's the strategy, and there isn't too much left that the Tyranid player can do, in my opinion. He can build spore mines, but the Warp Spiders can stay out of range of them and shoot them. He could build... I don't know, what could he build? If you're a Tyranid player, just tell me what you would do differently. I mean, maybe a different hero would be in order. If he went for mass lictors or something, that could have been a better way to go, just using all those flesh hooks on the Exarches and so forth, on the Exarchs, and on the Warp Spider squads. Could have worked. Not too sure, but if I was facing my own strat as Tyranids, I just wouldn't really know what to do against it. It seems pretty powerful at the moment. Although I do lose a game every so often from making mistakes, and I think Space Marines and Orcs probably stand a fairly good chance against this early game, and in fact probably Tyranids do as well. I think the way to beat this is just to focus on Tier 1 and really beat the Eldar player in Tier 1 before the Warp Spiders show up. Here's the Wraith Lord as well. So the Tyranid warriors will be able to counter this. I think Warp Spiders are better than Wraith Lords because Wraith Lords are more of a liability. Oh, there's spore mines. And oh, another tunnel shooting up here. So this is going to totally overrun my Shuriken Cannon platform. Not too worried about that. I can just run away with that thing while the Warp Spiders just shoot everything down. And they have got a lot of kills there. Guardians being harassed by the Hormagaunts as well, so they're going to need to fall back. Unfortunately, they're not doing that, and the Guardians getting massacred until the Warp Spiders can show up to aid them. But here comes some more Tyranids, just leaping into combat. So the Warp Spiders having to retreat, which they do very easily. But the Wraith Lord is in a good position to really damage a lot of Tyranid units here. And there we go. But Tyranid player looking not too hot, I've got to say, with 77 victory points left and still counting down. He's managed to neutralize the situation though, so I have to recapture 1 point to be able to end the game though. Tyranid's warriors smacking into the Warp Spider Exarch. Luckily he's got enough health to survive that, but here comes the Wraith Lord. I don't want to engage the Tyranid warriors directly with the Wraith Lord. I just want to hang them back a bit until the Warp Spiders can arrive to shoot at the Tyranid warriors and even things up. But again, he's got 2 victory points captured. So it's just falling to me to recapture one of them, and indeed I'm doing that over at the left-hand side of the map. But yeah, not too much left to say about this game. I've got to be honest with you. I thought it would be cool to commentate on the game where I was playing on this particular map, and there are the Tyranid warriors just getting hammered by the Wraith Lord, ironically. And once the Warp Spiders catch up with them, which isn't going to be hard, it's going to be fairly easy, but they've jumped into a tunnel, so that's another handy thing about the Ravner. I think the Ravner is probably not as good as the Lictor, from what I've heard and what I've seen. But it's still kind of good for the tunnels. And the victory point situation's been neutralized. It's about to go back in my favor, and we're down to 76. So just once again, the game ends in 12 minutes, as is usual for most of my games. Oh, check this out. This is really cool. Spore mines, using the global turret ability to bring them in, that's totally annihilated one Shuriken Cannon platform squad. No big deal. I'm not really too worried about that squad. Neither am I worried about this Guardian squad here. It's just really a matter of keeping the Exarches, keeping the Warp Spiders out in the field, and the Wraith Lord out in the field doing the damage and capturing the victory points. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I've got a really good game coming up shortly between Space Marines and Orcs. Watch out for that one. It'll be up on my page later today.